This is a boosted board. It is one of many electric skateboards that can be found and bought online. Now, if you watch any of my videos, or if you're watching this video in general, you probably already know what an electric skateboard is. And if you don't, it's really not that complicated. It is exactly as it sounds. These things have been gaining an increase in popularity. I would say thanks to some of the more popular YouTubers around here, like Casey Neistat, Sarah Dietschy, Sam Sheffer, like the people that speed around New York City on these things. See, in New York, law enforcement doesn't have any issues with these boards. But here, on the 11th of June, the Vancouver Sun published this article. A 25-year-old Daniel Dahlberg was fined for riding a boosted board after coming to a stop. He was pulled over by a police officer and ticketed. The reason his offense was because he was operating an uninsured motor vehicle. Now, boosted boards can't actually be insured here. In fact, ICBC, the company that governs the laws of the road here, they state that electric motorized scooters and skateboards are deemed unsafe for operating on roads and sidewalks. This one I have here in particular, the boosted board, is controlled via a remote control. Not only is this remote very precise, but it also enables braking by going in the reverse direction and a deadman switch in case you fall off the board. That way it won't hurt anyone. So as long as you're not being stupid, these things can actually be pretty safe. In fact, one can argue that these are actually safer than bicycles in the case of a collision because, well, not only are you able to just jump off of it, but they are also lighter, so they cause less damage, and they aren't as tall. So if one of these boards were to crash into your car, the most it would do is maybe scuff up the tire. If you scroll down past the article to read the comments, you will find that this event has actually caused some controversy. The article mentions a quote from a fellow boarder, James Tate, who says, "As far as I'm concerned, this law is outdated." I couldn't agree more, because I did some research on this. The current laws were last revised actually in 1996. We couldn't even imagine these things back in 1996. I wasn't even born. Now, a lot of people actually don't know about this law here in Vancouver, which is why the person was fined. They didn't know about this. However, fining someone $600 for riding this electric skateboard, I feel like is ridiculous. This thing being electric, it also means that it has zero carbon emissions. That is awesome for the environment, especially here in Vancouver, because in BC, all of our power, all of our energy is clean energy. It comes from hydro and turbines. So if we're trying to promote a greener city and a greener world, shouldn't we be actually encouraging the use of such devices for personal transport instead of riding something like a motorcycle or a car? This is coming from a person who rides a motorcycle, by the way. I've actually used this board several times in this vlog before. I've ridden it around the place, I've ridden it to and from the mall. After this incident, I don't think I will be riding this boosted board as often as I used to, especially not in these vlogs, until something is done about it. And I feel like something should be done about it. As for Daniel Dahlberg, I hope you successfully fight off these charges. I think they are absolutely ridiculous. And for the rest of us, so if you're a fellow Vancouverite who happens to also share the same enthusiasm as me in these electric personal transport vehicles, then I would encourage you to, if not share this video, then to make your own video and speak about your opinion on this. I see no real reason as to why you cannot ride an electric skateboard on the road when there are already bicycles and electric bicycles being ridden. I mean, hell, do I have to insure my bicycle as well? Anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Fully charged boosted board. It's not a proper vlog without a boosted board, am I right?